So once somebody's in, like, what do the services look like? You could probably speak to that, or any of you. Mm-hmm.
I'll go first. Okay, so with us, obviously I was at work full time, so I needed services everywhere. I needed services at the daycare. I needed services at home. I needed services at, grandparents' houses when I worked odd shifts. So for me, they did that. Early intervention did do that. They came out everywhere.
Wow.
I also got, and a lot of times too, I had to like kind of tweak my schedule, and they would work with me on scheduling time so I could be there to actually participate in sessions, because part of early intervention is learning how to do these things on your own, with things that are in your home or things that are in your environment. So one of the things that Josiah personally had issues with was weakness in his muscles.
Was what? I'm sorry.
Weakness in his muscles.
Okay.
It's common with kids that are on the spectrum. So our occupational therapist would tell us to like have him pull things around the house, do things to like build up his strength in his hands. And one of the other things that we did was get a bunk bed so he could climb up and just, pull that way. So I think for parents especially, it's important to know you can do these things in your home. You don't need to go to a fancy gym.
And they'll help you show you how to do that.
And they'll show you how to do it.
So they come to your house or wherever, daycare or the other places you need. They also help you learn what you need to do as a parent to support your child.
Yeah.
Sure, that's the true power of this program.
Right.
It's what happens when we're not there.
Right.
That's why we go where the families and children are to support them. In Glenda's case, when I was assigned her son, and when I went to her house, her main concern was that he was not walking. He was crawling, the twin brother was walking all over the place, and Andrew was crawling on his knees. He was such a pro on his knees. Or he was asking to be picked up. And when I started talking to her, and we started discussing the environment, what is he exposed to, I shared with her that the majority of the children, early walking and early talking are not signs of higher intelligence. I discussed with her things that we know that are facts, and is that children tend to walk holding on. They track on miles before they let go. So I asked her if Andrew had tracked on some miles walking with support.
So when Sonia came to my house, I started thinking what I can do. So I have a ride-on truck, and I set his twin brother there, and they start walking, pushing the truck.
The truck.
Yeah. So that helped him to have more balance.
So you can see how that little piece of information made her think when I wasn't there.
What she could do.
What she could do. So when I came back,
Yeah.
it was shocking. He was letting her. Oh, I also told her, do not pick him up anymore.
Right.
Like, don't pick him up. That's hard.
It's
because
hard.
breaks
It's
your
so
heart.
hard.
I know. It's hard
But
to
it's
say don't pick
necessary.
him. And I said, when you're ready, try, because this makes a difference, because we need to track in those miles.
Right.
So, and the miles is holding on. So when I came back the next week, she was walking him with handhold. And then I observed her walking with handhold, and she can tell you.
And she told me, put your hand down. That way he can have more balance to walk.
Oh, low, to put your hand down.
Yes, I put the hand up all the time. And she told me put it lower.
Oh.
That's it when he had not cramble. So.
The little munchkin was pulling.
Right.
And that was like cheating.
Yeah. Right.
So I said to her, but good, because she got him to walk
So
instead of...
clearly he is smart.
Oh,
because he
let
was
me
trying
tell
to
you,
cheat the system.
Every child has a gift. There's always something good in every child, and we find it too.
Yeah.
So he was pulling, and then, but he was walking. You know, he was tracking those miles. So then let's make it harder. So I say, we bring your hands down. That's closer to walking with nothing. Also wall walking.
Right.
And what happened after that?
He running away, walking outside.
Oh, that's great.
2 weeks after I started visiting this baby, he started walking.
Wow, that's the
With her.
difference between
With
having
her.
the tools and the help and not having the tools and the help.
Correct. And
Yes.
the way we collaborate with the families, how we work with them during their daily routines and the activities that they do. And then the parents think, how else can I solve this problem?
Right.
Right.
Wow, amazing.
I guess what I wanted to say was that one day we'll probably get to a point where you're not ashamed or you feel like you have to hide the fact that you have a child that has a disability. Because a lot of the conversation was about, confidentiality and keeping things to yourself. eventually one day, hopefully, we'll get to a point where you see a child and you understand that they're different, and that's okay, and you don't have to hide that. So we wanted to thank you also for giving us this platform.
Thank you. It's
to
great to
promote
meet all
this
of you.
program, because this is something that is going to really help the community that you reach every day. So thank you.
I hope so. I hope there's some moms out there hearing your stories and hearing what you guys do for, all the time, that feel like a sense of just relief to know that there's help out there. 'Cause
Having a child, that's when worry begins.
Yeah.
Why have more?
I say that all the time.
I say it all the time.
It's so much. Nobody warned me about that when I had my son. You're gonna worry all the time.
You don't know the
It's part
definition
of
of
it.
worry until you have a child. So why, if you have a program that comes and takes care of the worry, or there's something supports you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I hope you guys got a lot of information, because I totally did, and I thank you guys for your time. And I want to once again remind everybody to call 311 and ask for early intervention. That is super easy. We can't say it enough. 311, ask for early intervention. And I also encourage everyone to learn more about early intervention by visiting nyc.gov. That's nyc.gov. And thank you guys for the information today. It was amazing to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do. Thanks.